What's up? DJ Bobby here. We're back with another UFO story from my book by Pete Brooksmith. Um, it's called UFO with Humor, Cryptic Banter with a British Witness. Um, okay. At 10:15 p.m., a witness, only known as Mr. R, this is 1988. So people, no matter how far you go back, people are always scared of, giving their information whenever telling a UFO story. So, not uncommon that he wanted to stay anonymous. All right, only known as Mr. R, was in the kitchen of his house in a remote rural location. Looking out the window, he saw a light across a field some 300 yards away. He thought it might be from a lamp carried by a shepherd rounding up sheep, this being the lambing season, with flocks vulnerable to attacks by attack by foxes. But it seemed too far from the ground. He went to the end of his garden to get a clearer view. But the light seemed to vanish. Then, without warning, he was surrounded by a glow that came from directly above. He glimpsed an object about twice the size of a football field. Soccer, if you're in America. Um, just FYI. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows. But okay. It its glow did not light the ground around him. Alarmed, Mr. R cried out, "What's going on?" To his amazement, he got a reply in a voice that sounded tiny and unnatural, and found himself in conversation with some unknown entity who spoke rather stilted and sometimes ungrammatical English. The dialogue went as follows. He said, "What's going on here? We're observing your world. Well, you came to the wrong part to see anything," repost Mr. R. "We know where we are." "When you say we, do you mean aliens or something?" "No aliens here. What you see is a probe, similar to similar to how your scientists send out to observe other planets. How can you understand me? Our voice is recorded on the probe and relayed to us for reply." "Oh, that's clever. But I'm not sure what's happening. Why are you observing us? What's the matter?" "You're gaining knowledge so fast and getting to the very basis of the structure of matter, and you could cause untold harm if you don't know what you're doing." "Well, I don't know about that. I'm not a scientific man. I suppose it makes some sense. If your species doesn't learn some sense, we'll have to take measures against you." "What do you mean? Are you going to exterminate us?" "No, nothing like that. We would have to take action to reduce your activities." "Could you do that?" "Oh, yes, easily. Wouldn't take much to upset your order of things." "What would you suppose to do then?" "You are very susceptible." Or wait a minute. "What would you propose to do then?" You're very susceptible to bacteria and viruses. Something like that would cause disorganization. Could you introduce this to our world? Yes, of course. How will we know it's you? You won't know. We don't suppose to tell you. Where are you operating from? Where are you? Well, you're not clever enough to understand that, are you? I quite agree. I'm not an astronomer. Do you come from far away? Well, quite a distance. Are you in what we call our solar system? We may be. Further afield? We may be. There's no point in asking such questions. What is really the problem? How come are you allowing it to go on? Why don't you just nip it in the bud? Explain what you mean by nip it in the bud. Alter it before it gets too far advanced. Oh, yes, we could do that. The light around Mr. R went out and the encounter was over. Okay, so again, this is from my book. Now I'm gonna see if I can find anything about this on the internet anywhere. We're just gonna do a good old, Google search. We're gonna say UFO with humor, uh, 1988. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy. UFO with humor. 1988, right? Yep. No, what happened? How about England? England, right? Yeah, England. I don't know. You see, this book's chock full of stories that you're not hearing from anywhere else. Don't you find that interesting? That I can't find this story. I mean, I'm not googling it. The Don't you find this interesting that we can't find it anywhere? I don't know. I find that very intriguing. That's really cool. Interesting. All right. Well, until next time. Like I said, I still got a couple more coming.